Paul Thurrott, I have a story.
Okay. What happened? What?
Yep.
What happened to you?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You've already noticed.
Did your wife finally?
No, not quite. For people who are on audio, you might want to check out the video today, maybe for a little bit. So, I am in northern Indiana, near Lake Michigan, for a funeral. It was on my wife's side. That's all that matters. So, the hotel room has 2 queen beds, and I'm like, you know what, sweetie, you sleep by yourself because you need more rest than I do, and I'll sleep with a kid.
Oh, I'm like, what are you talking about? Oh, I see. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
At about 1 a.m., my daughter sits up in the bed.
Oh, yeah.
And just goes, wham! And I am laying on my back, and she hits my eye. The back of her
foot or her elbow?
Her skull.
Oh, yes.
And so I'm sitting here sleeping, like dreaming about, I don't know, whatever, Windows 11 being perfect or something. And I straight up thought somebody, like for a very brief second, broke into the room and just punched me in the face. Of course, my daughter is completely asleep, has no idea of anything going on. And I'm like, and so obviously it hurt like hell, but I didn't really think anything of it.
Then you got up in the morning and you're like, oh my God.
So then,
Did you have to go to a doctor?
No, I mean, it's not.
So she must have hit like your eye socket?
She hit the upper part, but I got up in the morning and I kind of forgot about it because I fell back asleep and I'm brushing my teeth and I'm going, fuck. So it's a bit of a shiner.
Did this happen before or after the event you were at?
Thankfully after.
Yeah, because that would have required some explanations.
Well, I started calling my wife Amber, and
like I didn't want to come to this damn thing, to be honest, and we kind of had it out. So that's the reason why I don't remember the ages, but my son is horrific as a sleeper. He'll end up perpendicular in the bed.
Oh yeah, my daughter's the same way.
And we just no more in the same bed because it's just and it's also, I mean, not getting punched in the face, but like we don't let the animals in our bedroom at night because they're too disruptive. It's just too much. The cats will walk on top of you and they're, doing the thing, and it's like, dude, it's 2:00 in the morning. You're purring right next to my ear.
So anyways, I got this little, like if I go like that, you can see how bad it is.
Yeah, jeez, you can't even open your eyelid. Yeah, that's tough.
So,
I mean, you had it coming. I think we can all agree.
I mean, I very much likely deserved it.
I think we could all use a good ass kicking every once in a while.
Yeah, just kind of keep it. I'm just
set.
Thankfully, she didn't hit like here or more. Yeah. If she would have hit my nose, it would have broke my nose.
Sure,
sure. So
yeah, I think it's time for the rollaway bed. That's what I would do. Sleep on the couch, whatever.
Yeah, so we can document this through podcasting about how long it takes this to heal. Although I'm supposed to go to the office next week, which will be fun.
I have a complicated several weeks coming up.
So you've
just
got
as a reminder. So I have jury duty tomorrow. I don't know what that means. In and out in 45 minutes or 6-week murder trial. I have no idea. But hopefully more close to the former.
Do you know if it's state or federal?
It's the county. I don't know.
So that's better than it being.
I guess. I mean, but it's Allentown. I mean, I don't know. So we'll see. That is concerning.
Murdering in Allentown.
Well, for the Lehigh Valley, I would say Allentown is our hood. It certainly has its lesser neighborhoods, maybe is the way to put it. Quality-wise or whatever, just people don't take care of their properties. They're all on top of each other. It's not a good situation. But we'll see. The other issue is I have next Monday we're going to Mexico, assuming I'm still in a jury.
Mm-hmm.
That won't impact the podcast Monday.
Okay, that'll be good.
We're actually leaving late. Yeah, we're leaving late in the day, so Monday's good. Unless you're going to be gone, you said.
No, I'll probably be gone Tuesday through Thursday. Would be my.
Okay, so that will work out good because Tuesday morning is, again, assuming everything goes to schedule. And I got to say, given my experience, not 100% on this one, but we're supposed to finalize that purchase Tuesday, and that's supposed to be a multi-hour affair.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be early in the morning, and there are issues with it being Mother's Day in Mexico that day, which I know doesn't make any sense, but Apparently, Mexico celebrates Mother's Day on May 10th every year, regardless of what day of the week it is, and there's a lot of traffic.
See, look at you, already being cultured by buying property in Mexico. Look at you.
The guy came back and said, it's Mother's Day, and we went back and said, that's not possible, it's a Tuesday. And that's how we learned. So it is Mother's Day. Anyway, yes, and I need to talk to you when we're done here about some site-related stuff that's going to be happening.
Sure.
This month that you need to know about. And then I'll say even more vaguely for anyone listening to this still for some reason. There is some site-related stuff happening at the end of the month. It's good news. It's long-awaited news in some ways. So we'll get to that. I don't want to. We'll do a little. Nick and I are going to do an AMA type thing, hopefully, and that's another scheduling disaster,
Yeah.
But we'll figure that out. Anyway, sorry to completely derail this thing as usual.
Oh, Surratt. I was trying to find your exact quote from your.
It's the one about.
So Microsoft.
Oh God.
Put together a video. And I highly recommend everybody go watch this video because it's
just. But I recommend not doing it near any forks or knives. If you care at all about Windows, this video will upset you, which is what makes its publication so disturbing. Just the tone deafness of it, which is actually the way Stephen Parker described it. It was how I found out about it. He mentioned it on NeoWin, that it was Microsoft's tone deaf, video about the quality of the start menu. It is incredible. I find this is one of those things you got to tread lightly. I don't mean to make fun of individuals, right? I try to keep my criticism to like companies and products and things like that. It kind of faceless. Unfortunately, sometimes you have to kind of go after individuals, like the Steven Sinofsky stuff that happened during Windows 8. He is indelibly linked to the terribleness that happened. And you want to tread lightly. This video is hard because the people who appear in it, I desperately want to make fun of me. Make fun of them. I guess I'll just call it like a bully portion of my personality that I try to repress. And I just naturally want to lash out at these people because to me, they're terrible. But I'll just let you should watch it. It's, I'm not positive any of these people ever use Windows, for one thing. I'll just say that. Yeah. And the quote you were looking for, by the way, is if you hate yourself and everything you care about, this is a fantastic way to develop a drinking problem. I appreciate that Brad took time off from his mini vacation to compliment me on that quote. And
getting punched in the face.
Brad took I was so happy with your response. I showed it to my wife. So, anyway, yeah, this is an interesting topic because on Mondays I write this the premium newsletter, and I actually have 3 things I could write about today. And there's no point in telling you what those are. But one of them was actually about my reaction to this video, because on Twitter, I reacted in a very knee-jerk reaction in a very negative fashion. When I did my little post about it, it was I wrote what I just read. I wrote, but I really didn't have a lot of commentary. I just look, just watch this. I'm really kind of at a loss for words at this point. But the whatever that subject might be, I've actually already written about it, and I don't want to go down the whole story that I already told about this kind of thing, but I do have a way of reacting in a very aggressive format to things that I don't like right away. Like I'm just rushed to judgment. This is not a good quality trait. This is not a good personality trait. You should not be like this. But there are 2 kind of caveats to this, I would just say. One is and this is the story I originally told, which is just simply, I have this really negative reaction to something. And then my wife says, oh, they did it this way because of this. And I'm like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. And then I de-escalate immediately. But then there's this other caveat, which is the one that just occurred, which is this. My initial reaction to this thing was very negative, very negative. And I lashed out in very vocal and aggressive ways, like I said on Twitter. I'm very upset about this. I wish I could take some of that back in some way. I'd like to be better than that as a person. But the caveat is I'm right about this. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. The thing is, I should be this mad about this. No one should have allowed this video at Microsoft on the Windows team to come out in the public. This makes them look bad. It makes them look out of touch, and it makes it look like they don't give a crap about this product they're working at. It's like they hired some college interns and said, hey, put down your MacBook for a second. We're trying to reimagine the Windows Start menu. Come up with some ideas. And they're like, cool, let's play with paper and blah, 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 blah. You know, and we'll stare off into the distance and talk about design concepts and blah, blah, blah. There's a college, what's it called? College humor parody video. I made Windows 7. Remember that? Classic. And basically the joke was, because those were the ads that Microsoft had at the time, was they took all these ideas. They were listening to feedback. That's actually the bigger joke than anyone knows. Microsoft didn't listen to any feedback during Windows 7, Windows 8. None. They ignored feedback. But they made a video about how awesome, they made videos and they made a campaign out of how they were listening to feedback. And so College Humor made a parody video. And of course, the thing they come out with is like a robot with guns and makes explode. You know, it's like it incorporates everyone's ideas because no ideas are bad ideas. And I don't think these people understood they were making a similar parody video, but for Windows 10. But then they made it in-house. This was like the fifth column type thing. Like the rot is inside the tree.
Yeah.
It's not coming from the outside. So I went on and on there. I'm sorry, but it's just this. I can't. The way I cope with this kind of thing is I try to forget it, and every time it comes up, I get just as mad. Like I am not. There's no point where I'm like, well, I mean, this little bit here is okay. You know, no, it's a huge problem for me. Like I'm very upset about this video. Like I can't. This is more insightful about that team than anything they've ever written or done. It's upsetting.
So everyone should go watch that.
I should check my blood pressure right now. It's probably not good.
Your Apple Watch just unlocked a feature it didn't have that we didn't know about. It's like, hey, you're actually about to die.
You're having some kind of a defibrillation event. I don't know. Whatever it's called.
It just says call Tim on it.
Yeah. Yeah. Good thing I don't have a doctor's appointment in 15 minutes. I'll be like in the OR.
What happened? Well, I watched this video.
You'll see.
I
had my wife watch it. She was like, "Who are these people?" I'm like,
It's a doozy. It's a.
The only thing I can think of that was like this was when Microsoft was first coming out with Windows Phone 7 series. You know, at the time, they put out a bunch of videos. I think it was like Albert Schum and the people behind Metro, and they were like, "Metro is authentic. It's about design and blah blah blah." And they went on and on and on. There were these really long videos and huge blog posts, and they would show like, "This is why we have white space that is like space on your screen you can't use for anything, even though it's tiny already. And it's a good design. It's a good design. You don't understand design. It's a good design." And I kept thinking, man, if you have to explain something this much, maybe it's not a good idea, right? I feel like good design should be obvious, you know? Even if you don't understand design, you would use something that's been designed well and like it without understanding what it is about it that you like, you know? And the whole Metro thing, not that there were good ideas there for sure, the live tiles. No, I'm not. But it just, the way they presented it, it was like these kinds of people, if that makes sense. Designers, you know, and they have their own little language and they're in their own little stupid world. And it's like, I don't think you understand people. I think that has to be part of it, you know? Okay, I'm sorry. Like I said, I could go on and on. Do you have 45 more minutes? I got a couple other things I'd like to throw down the rabbit hole here. It's like a grenade.